You could have heard this episode 48 hours early on our Patreon, patreon.com/indieheadspodcast. By joining us for as low as $1 a month, you'll receive episodes early and gain access to our Discord server. All of our upcoming episodes will be up on our Patreon 48 hours before it hits our public podcast feeds. But if you're hearing this via our Patreon feed, we thank you so much for your support. We especially want to thank our Real Ones patrons, including Buchanan, Rob Marino, Grant McSpooky, Barely March, Jenna LaFleur, Dave Grohl, Darian Fisher, RXRLD, Alex Gershmanoff, Melissa Reddig, Lily Mikowski, Tony Rufino, Chris Wade, Selectric, Maze Farms, Bex, Georgia Mikowski, Noah Kurtz, Waffle113, Alex Bulovich, Alec Felder, Adam Edwards, Jackson Christ, Elizabeth, John O'Rourke, and Derek Pemberton. To become a Real One, consider supporting us with a $5 a month donation or receive bonus episodes every month and get a shout out at the top of the pod. Anyways though, enjoy the episode. So before we begin this episode of the 90s Rock Number Ones, so of course last week for the cold open, the extended cold open, Gavin gifted myself, Alex, Grant, and Lily the gift of cameos. The
gift that keeps on giving.
The gift that keeps on giving. We had, of course he gave me someone from Shinedown, Alex, the POD guy, gave Lily Sum 41. What did you give Grant again?
Grant
I got three doors down.
Got three doors down.
Yeah. The heavy hitters.
So I thought in return it would be rude of me to not give Gavin a gift in return.
Oh no.
So I have paid someone on Cameo $105 to get a cameo for Gavin. So let me pull up the video real quick. Do you recognize him, Gavin?
This is Josh Todd from Buckcherry, and I'm looking at the time and I'm pissed off. I paid Dave from Sum 41 like $25, and he spoke for 3 minutes from the heart. He put passion into this. And this month, I don't even know what he has to say. He could say the nicest thing in the world. I don't care. I would demand a refund, Matty. But let's watch it.
Let's every word's more valuable then, though.
That's true.
The cost per character,
He's here to teach us that every moment is a blessing and that time is money. Let's hear what Josh Todd has to say.
Which, by the way, Gavin, I have not watched this video yet.
Oh
I have
my God,
no! So Alex and Grant have seen it, but I have not watched this. So Gavin, we're both going in this blind. So let's see what Josh Todd had to say for us.
Gavin, what's up, man? Josh Todd from Buckcherry here, getting it out here on the Hellbound tour. Your boy Matty put me up to this and said you're embarking on this review of all these number one rock hits of the 90s. That's pretty cool, man. So I'm going to give you my pick. My pick would be Killing in the Name of, Rage Against the Machine.
Didn't go number one.
Lit Up by Buckcherry, baby. Get it!
All of a sudden.
Anyways, go pick up our new record, Hellbound, and get out to the rock show, bro.
God, Fuck off! I didn't pay you to make it happen, man.
Okay, it's really funny. I saw another ad for that album of theirs on like a YouTube channel I follow of a singing parrot.
Oh shit!
Yeah, and all of a sudden amongst all these songs, where it's like "Stairway to Heaven" and like Pink Floyd and all this shit, all of a sudden it's like a Buckcherry song that this parrot is like squawking along. It's really great. He squawks along atonally to every single song.
I mean, that's probably
hang on.
It's like a Guitar Center, great guitar.
So Josh Todd broke my Zoom. He crashed my Zoom because we were talking shit about his $105 cameo.
Look, I just want to say something. He forgot the name of the song. He called it "Killing in the Name of." He forgot the name of the band because he paused like 10 seconds before it, and it didn't go number one. So like that, Matty, get a refund, man. Fuck that guy.
Well, I will think about it. But nevertheless, let's get into the 90s rock number ones, episode 2. Welcome, everybody, to the 90s Rock Number Ones, episode number 2. I am one of your 3 co-hosts, Matty, at Movie and Prince on Twitter. Also joining me, of course, is Alex and Gavin, my fellow co-host in this number one's journey.
This week sucks, and my theory is that none of the songs this week are about being a stepson.
I do not think this week sucks, but I do think there's some missing family magic happening that we've grown to know and love in this series. Actually, no, that's not true. The last band I think is brothers, so there's some family shit happening, but not the kind we like. We're sick of the brothers. Give us uncles and give us step siblings.
But also joining us on this episode, we have 3 special guests. Of course, joining us again this week is Grant, because we need the expert in 80s runoff as we have the final week of mostly 80s runoff acts.
The Grant McSpooky heel turn is here, baby.
But also joining us for the first time in a long time, Ollie, welcome back to the pod.
Thank you. It's good to be back.
Yeah. Sorry that you picked probably the worst 90s rock number 1 playlist.
That's why I picked it, honestly.
Somebody had to. Somebody had
to be strong, and it was you.
And we thank you for that. But our special guest this week, it's Boringstein. Welcome to the pod.
How's it going, everybody? Good to be here. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, very excited to have you on again. I've been mute foes for a little bit, and I was kind of, I was like, okay, we need to get some good guests for this 90s rock series, and I'm like, all right, let's get the Boringstein on here.
Well, I mean, you said good, so I'm sorry for being the spot filler, but it's
no.
I believe was I like maybe the very last person to actually get back to you and finalize a pick. I think.
We still. I mean, even like a couple days ago, we actually had another person like come on, like, because Gavin posted something. So you're not the last person, but definitely, like I said, it was because, like I said, spots were filling up really quickly, and you picked, like I said. Even if the songs on this episode are not so good, I do think there's a lot of interesting stuff going on here. Nevertheless,
this was almost a number 1 pick anyway. So it's
Look, here's the thing: it's like a bunch of really not good songs, and then like one of the greatest songs ever made, which is almost enough to like completely lift up the entire playlist. But here we are. So of course, we last left off. Let me pull up the charts. We last left off on, I believe, it looks like we had the Replacements, Merry Go Round, which is number 1 for the last time on November 3rd, 1990 for 3 weeks. And then, but before that last run at number 1, another song went number 1 twice. And that is our first song today, which is Jane's Addiction, once again, with Been Caught Stealing, which is number 1 initially on October. Welcome back, guys. I was number 1 initially on October 27th, 1990 for 1 week. And then again on November 24th, 1990 for 3 more weeks. So let's hear a little bit of Jane's Addiction, Been Caught Stealing.
I've just had a realization, which is that Josh Todd is Perry Farrell's understudy.
Yeah, I buy it.
They're basically the same dude to me.
Pretty much. One's like basically Perry Farrell is like acts like a dumb guy, but is pretty smart generally. Obviously, not his political opinions. We'll get there. But Josh Todd is just one of the dumbest guys on the face of the earth, and we love him for it. But this song,
I will never forget Buckstock 99.
Yeah,
one of those videos that just permeates your brain forever. I hate it and I love it. And I want to thank Gavin for introducing it into my life.
Hey,
fuck you, and I love you.
Yeah, I love you too. What do you love this song? Do you love Jane?
I like this song. Again, like I said, Jane's Addiction on the series, 3 for 3 for me. I think this song it's not my favorite. It's probably my least favorite of the 3 that we've discussed, both on this and the Butt Rock series. But I like this song. It's fun, and although again, I think there's some stuff that's missing. There's some subtext in this song. So a lot of people don't know this, but I think we mentioned on the last episode that Perry Farrell is a very disgusting Zionist. So when he's talking about been caught stealing, he's talking about stealing Palestinian land.
Of course.
Which is very unfortunate. But even like I said, we have again, one of our biggest heroes of the series is Wes Mudd. So Zionism, we're gonna just forget about it briefly for just a quick second. This song is fun, although the music video, which I did a music video binge before we started recording, this music video is disgusting. I hate it.
I like this music video. It's so great.
I mean, it's like iconic in a way, but like it just it's grimy in a way that's like I don't like it. This I don't like. Again,
I mean, but do you expect Jane's Addiction to not be grimy?
Well, no, of course.
They're one of the sleaziest bands, honestly, in my opinion. Like,
oh yeah, no, it's totally.
I don't mean that entirely as a bad thing or anything like that. Like, you know, it's like they make it work, but like, yeah, it is very much like, yeah, this is the video for this song, I guess. You know,
it's like it's like a John Waters video, like a John Waters movie without the heart. You know, it's like
it's a straight John.
I feel
Waters
that.
movie.
I really feel that.
It's.
Yeah, like Jane's Addiction is like the official band of Long John Silver's. It feels like it's just so just so greasy, but like I don't hate it, you know. Like I like this song. Yeah, there's a personal connection that me and Grant have to this song.
Oh God, yeah.
That I'm gonna let Grant tell.
Okay, so before I get into the big story, I just want to say I like this song. It's not one of my favorites, but.
Shout out to Rock Band 3.
Shout out to Rock Band 3. The bass riff, I think it's tasty. It reminds me of like if Ricky Republican could actually play.
Go off.
But this song is deeply ingrained to maybe my most shameful experience as a son to my father. And keep in mind, I had to come out as gay to my dad and as a drag queen. So like,
would you rather have a gay son or a drag queen son?
I mean, I feel like
son.
But I'll never forget, this had to be around 2009, 2008, and me and Gavin were downstairs playing Rock Band for the Wii, like we did many a day in our childhood. And our house only had one computer, and it was in my parents' room. And I remember my dad descending from the hallway into the living room and being like, Gavin, Grant, get in my room now. And I was like, oh, we're in trouble for something. So we go into the bedroom and the computer is open and it's open to iTunes, and immediately I just think, oh shit, we spent too much money on iTunes. When a new rock band would come out, we would basically buy like the entire soundtrack, so we'd have these like $70 iTunes receipts because we didn't have any concept of money, you know. We were little shitty kids.
Yeah, we didn't have access to LimeWire. That shit was done.
Yeah. But he points to the computer and he goes, one of you needs to get Being Caught Stealing by Jane's Addiction onto my iPod right now. I didn't know this song. The only Jane's Addiction songs I knew were the ones in previous Guitar Hero and Rock Band games. So like Mountain Song, and that's it. So I think he said being caught stealing. So I put in BEING, and I'm halfway through caught, and my dad just goes, oh, no, Grant, it's Ben. And I was like, I am a failure to my family. I'm a horrible son, and I'm going to be disowned and removed from the will. So that's what I think of.
Keep this in mind. He didn't know how to search for a song on iTunes. This was the first song he wanted on his iPod.
Yes. Look, Grant, you might be removed. You might be removed from the will, but you'll never be removed from the Will for Thrill fan club.
That's true. That's very true.
But you're saying the first song he purchased on iTunes was Been Caught Stealing?
Yes.
Okay.
How ironic to be the first song you purchase while music piracy is probably at its peak.
Yeah.
That's so beautiful.
So Jane's Addiction is apparently a controversial subject in my house. As Gavin stated, our mom thinks that Dave Navarro is the devil.
Yeah, we've covered that before. yeah, mom thinks Dave Navarro is the actual devil. Satan, Beelzebub, all those guys.
I think there are members of the Red Hot Chili Peppers who would agree with your mom.
Oh boy, we'll get there in a future
their perspective on who the devil is, though.
Yeah.
Good
Oh,
song.
boy.
I
That's
think
got to
it's a
be
good
one of
song.
one of my favorite pieces of lore in this series.
Do we have any more final thoughts on being caught stealing before we move on?
The one thing I really hadn't heard it in a while, which is weird because I used to like listen to specifically this song a lot actually, because it was one of those ones I ripped off on its own from LimeWire when I was like in 8th grade or whatever. But like I had never really noticed just how many dog barking sounds there are, especially at the beginning. Like they go really heavy. Like I think it works, but it's like almost Who Let the Dogs Out level of barking in the song.
That'd be a great mashup.
Oh, God. Rave DJ, someone make it happen.
Yep, yeah, someone will in our Discord.
Oh God. Well, if that is our final thoughts on being caught stealing, fine song. One of the better ones this week. Ollie, did you have any thoughts before we move on?
I honestly don't have much to say about this song. It kind of just makes me black out, I feel like.
That's fair. I think that's very fair.
I mean, they were probably blacked out when they made the song and performed it live most times. So we feel you there.
Send us your favorite Dave Navarro pick at IndieHeads Pod.
Please do. Oh boy. Well, after Jane's Addictions reign on the top from November 24th, our next song, the Sisters of Mercy went number 1 after Jane's Addiction with their song More, which went number 1 on December 15th, 1990 for 5 weeks.
5 weeks?
Yep.
5 weeks. So this was the last and the first number 1 of 1990 and 1991. So let's hear a little bit of More real quick.
I'm already laughing.
This song is so fucking good.
You know why this song went number 1 for 5
I don't
weeks?
even care.
I have a theory of why this song
This song
went
is
number 1
so
for 5
funny. And it went number 1 for 5 weeks. You can't find the single version on streaming. It's only the 8-minute version. So that's what we've been listening to.
Yes.
And it's 8 minutes of this. Like, it doesn't really change that much.
Yeah, the reason this went number 1 for 5 weeks because that's how many fingers Andrew Eldritch does not need in his gloves. This is like fingerless gloves core, and look, I hated this song at first. I thought this was going to be my bottom 10 for the whole series. I love this shit. This shit is so good.
It's like one of the goofiest thing the Sisters ever did, maybe.
Yes, yeah.
But it kind of rules. It's got a really good Dr. Avalanche, shitty drum here. It's like,
Dr. Avalanche, the best sister of Mercy.
Yes, which apparently, according to Wikipedia, Eldritch in 2011 said it's now just a MacBook.
Yes. I have so much Sisters of Mercy lore.
Well, I'll let you get to the lore in just a second.
Yes.
But
tell.
I fucking hate this song. It is this song is torture to me. Like, here's the thing.
Maddie.
Even what do you mean? What do you mean, Matt? It's 8.5 minutes long, Alex.
It does not feel that long.
It is
8.5 minutes long. It has no reason to be that long. It doesn't do anything.
Exactly.
Cool.
You have these shitty MIDI violins that like
Don't you insult the Dracula sound.
That's the best part of the violins are the best part of the song.
No, for sure.
I'm with everybody here. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
This jackass.
I'm outnumbered.
This jackass forced a choir to sing "I need all the love I can get, and I need all the love that I can't get to" for 8 minutes.
Yes.
They probably came into the studio thinking it was going to be a real job.
Yes.
And like, for all we know about Andrew Eldritch, he probably made them repeat takes like multiple times.
I am willing to bet that was like 4 days of rehearsal. It's like because at this point, after the 80s, like they had a huge ass budget for this album, I'm pretty sure, and like they could just do whatever they wanted, or he could just do whatever he wanted, because he was the band at that point.
Yeah.
And it's just like I would be terrified to be in that room, frankly.
This song is a full man baby breakdown.
Yes. Yes.
it rocks. The guitar is like jealous levels of like just absurd masculinity, but it does not fit the song at all. It's great. It rocks.
This to
I
me,
love
like,
this song. This song
Sorry.
makes me so happy.
I think the week, God, it's been torture, like checking the chat each week and seeing more and more of you get Stockholmed by Andrew Eldridge.
Well, I've been Stockholm by him for years.
Yes, same.
It's
Which I was like, obviously Grant, because we have Grant here for that reason, because Grant knows all these bands. And again, you also know these bands. these bands not old. But I don't know any of these bands. Well, I know some of these bands. So there's ones I know. But like this one, like I have never heard of Sisters of Mercy before the series. And I don't want to listen to anything from Sisters of Mercy after this series.
you're missing. No, seriously,
You're missing out.
seriously.
Sure, I
Floodlands Masterpiece and First, Last, and Always is so fucking good. No, you really, they are worth listening to. Listen to those two albums and just bail.
Yeah.
Do you like the Peter Murphy song last week?
I liked it, yeah.
Yeah, then just check out was it Floodlands?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, check out that one.
So I guess I'll just
I won't, but I appreciate.
Listen to their
Yeah.
top song on Spotify. Do that.
Yeah.
Give Andrew that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Probably
I mean-
Lucretia, My Reflection, probably.
Probably.
I'm guessing.
I think
Yeah.
it's Temple of Love, but Lucretia
Really?
might reflect. Yeah, for some reason, Lucretia is such a better song.
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess
Well,
I
I was promised lore. I was
Yeah.
promised lore.
I should
So sorry,
disclose.
Donald, but I want to.
No, please. I am.
So Sisters of Mercy are, according to my last FM, my fourth most listened to band of all time.
Oh,
Swag. That's
I will
swag.
also go to bat for Floodland. It's one of the best albums ever. So many good songs on that. They're long too, but they justify the length.
Yeah. Incredible.
Yes, Sisters of Mercy have only had 3 albums. The first one, the backing band, were 2 guys. Their names were Wayne Hussey and Craig Adams. After that, they basically started their own band without Andrew Eldridge called The Mission. And then their second album came out, and it was just Andrew, Dr. Avalanche, and Patricia Morrison, who was their new bass player. This is considered like the canon Sisters of Mercy lineup. People love Patricia. She's looked at as like a goth icon like Siouxsie and Robert Smith. Allegedly, Andrew has said in interviews that he fired Patricia because she was listening to music that he thought was too experimental, and he was listening to Motorhead and stuff, and he said, we were just going in different directions. And I said, okay, if we're not musically compatible anymore, we shouldn't make music anymore. But if you ask Patricia, she says, Andrew wasn't paying me, so I left.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know who I believe.
And he has made a point of like vocally taking left wing political positions over his career at certain points, but like she is not the only one to say, "Hey, he didn't pay me."
Yes, I like to give special like a spotlight on one of said chorus singers in More. There's a vocal singer in this. Her name is Maggie Riley. She did the backing vocals on More and a bunch of songs on Vision Thing, the album that this is from. She also had her own solo career, in which, in the early 90s, she released an album, I believe it's called Echoes, and on it, there's a song called Every Time We Touch. This was later reworked into that dance song by Cascada that everyone knows.
Wow.
That's awesome.
I did not realize that. Oh my
Yes.
god.
What
Yes.
do we got to do to get More by Sisters of Mercy and DDR?
Oh, yes.
There's probably some sicko out there who has at least modded into Guitar Hero, so that's like the baseline
Undoubtedly.
for at least.
Hey, is there a DDR modding community? If there is, please mod More by Sisters. All 8 minutes of More.
All 8 minutes.
Not the single cut.
That's bullshit of a single.
I want to know between the 4 of us that have been Sisters of Mercy pilled or have been on the Sisters of Mercy train for a long time.
We have
What's your
your
favorite?
Nally's take, by the way.
Oh yeah,
So I'm actually with Matty on this. I despise the
God.
song. Like, I do love the MIDI violins. I'll say the beginning, I'm kind of on board with it.
I'm a Dean Blunt stan, so I'm not opposed to MIDI violins and MIDI instruments in general. I just do not. I just think it sounds like my issue that I'm going to have with a lot of songs on this playlist is that at this point it was like electronica was becoming a thing and dance music influences were starting to like really peek into alternative music, but most of these like bands were just not like were not equipped to have those influences and to use them at all. Like, just they had no fucking idea what they were doing.
Well, Sisters is a band that actually used a lot of these textures before. Because like, again, they did a lot of these very like basic minimalistic electronic, textures in the previous work. It is a little goofier on this album though, for sure.
Yes. Yeah, they just want to be Danzig now for some reason, and like I respect that because I love him. But
to be fair, it's like, he's got demeanor down.
Yes,
we gotta get him together. We gotta get Andrew and Danzig in the studio.
Yes.
We gotta the Sisters of Mercy cover of Haunted SUV. When is it gonna happen?
That'd be awesome.
Well, I know what I'm doing tonight.
Grant, you were gonna ask a question to the sister guild.
What's your favorite goofy ass Andrew moment in this song? Mine is when he screams that you can get at the end in the same cadence as the narrator of the Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark audiobooks.
Yeah, that's my favorite moment in the song.
There was a moment there was a line I had. I gotta pull it back up because I had thought of it like maybe 20 minutes ago, right before we went on. I've gotten. Oh yeah. It's a small world that smells bad. I'd buy another if I had back what I paid for another motherfucker in a motorcade.
Yes.
A weird line coming from him.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't. and also he rips off the Neil Young's, riffing on the points of light as well. At the end of it too, which is really great.
So much funny Andrew Eldridge stuff.
Yeah.
Also, apparently this was the song that was number 1 when I was born.
Hell yeah.
So, there you go.
I was born under the watchful eye
Andrew.
of our goth king.
We should start pointing that out, by the way. I don't think we've reached any of ours yet, but once we do, we should point them out, I think.
Oh yeah, like I said, I have a very I have a one that Gavin's not happy with. I know that.
Oh no, I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
Is
I
this
got a
person
YouTube
bad
birthday.
at Twitter?
No.
Oh,
it's a YouTube.
okay.
It's a YouTube song of many that are on this list.
Oh,
Okay,
gosh.
I guess
Coming
next week I'm just gonna have to keep my mouth shut.
Let me you finish your thoughts on more. On more.
I have nothing else to say. This song's awesome.
So it's just like, again, I love the beginning, and then the moment it hits the chorus, I'm just like, no, I'm out. And the fact that keeps going for another 7 minutes after that, I can't do.
It's like if a song is going to be this long, you got to do something kind of different. But it's really just like he just thought he had such a great hook that's like, yeah, the people are going to want to hear that over and over for 8.5 minutes.
I don't know. This
They
song
did.
did
It
not
was
feel 8
hit for
minutes to
5
me.
weeks.
Yeah.
Apparently, well, it might have been the single. It had to have been the single version, right? I don't like.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Yeah. Like even in this Wild West era of the modern rock charts, even then they wouldn't play an 8.5 minute long song. I would hope.
Mm-hmm.
But nevertheless, coming up next,
dude.
this
Maddie.
one.
I finally have an answer though to the Dismemberment Plan song. What would you do for those 8.5 minutes? I would listen to more by Sisters of Mercy.
Alex, you're concerned, Alex. Why are you concerned?
More does do something different. At the end, it gets a little bit quieter for 2 minutes. The violins fade out, and then Andrew comes back in and screams at the very end.
Yes. So scary.
Oh,
This
God.
is a song with variety.
It is.
Yes.
If you or your loved ones are suffering from Andrew Eldridge syndrome, please call me it. I'm not gonna pull a Will Throw and give my phone number.
Yeah.
But please hit us up on Twitter on our Indie Headspot on Twitter, or pay me $1 on Patreon to join this. Just send your message there. But our next song, this one's been a very hated one among the chat, but I may have to be.
Oh gosh.
I may
No.
have to be the lonesome defender.
You don't
the next
have
song
to.
is.
Yeah, you don't
I'm
have
gonna-
to do that.
I don't have to, but I'm going to.
I'm just gonna
Kinky
read the
Afro.
lyrics over whatever you say. So.
Our next song is Kinky Afro from Happy Mondays, which was number 1 on January 19th, 1991 for 1 week. So let's hear a little bit of Kinky Afro.
Oh man.
This is an Ice Age song. This is what Ice Age sounds like.
You're not wrong.
Oh,
What you get?
I believe Happy Mondays are a Manchester band, and from what I know about Manchester music, I think for the most part, like after Joy Division, it's like okay, you can just like drop a bomb on Manchester, and I think the music world would be the better for it.
Jesus Christ.
That's the appropriate reaction to have.
Yeah.
Matty
I'm just
doesn't
kidding.
know.
I'm just kidding because of course we would not get Oasis then, and Oasis is a very
Jesus.
important.
Oh,
band.
I'm changing my mind.
Oh, okay.
Look, we have two
But,
songs that are called in a genre called Madchester. This podcast, both of them
Yes.
are, I would say, equally hated. But this is like in my dark triad of this series. This is a bottom. This is a bottom 3 song of this series for me. This song is so fucking bad.
Yeah.
I here's the thing. The lyrics and kind of the vocals too are very like they're not good, but I think the music itself is I can tune it out somewhat and I can just listen to the tune.
The music
like, just the
is
music itself.
nothing in this song. It feels like
It's fine.
nothing is like
The
going.
music's
Look,
okay.
it's doing something here's the thing. Like we have so many songs this week that are just like boring musically, so I at least appreciate there's a little bit of a jangle. And, like I said, I do wish we had different Manchester stuff. Like I think
We do. We have one in
we do.
2
Well,
songs.
I think the one we should have had is "Unbelievable" by EMF,
Oh, well,
which
yeah,
is a great song.
undisputedly.
Oh yeah.
Matty, the thing about tuning out the lyrics and vocals is it's like sitting next
it's
to a
impossible. Here's the thing.
jackhammer and being like, I can tune this out and just enjoy the whirring of the machine.
Well, let me rephrase it. It's not that I can't tune it out. It's just like whereas Gavin, here's the thing. Gavin has introduced the thing of comedy being enough for a song to be good. If it's funny, it can be good.
But you just
This is
should
what
talk
this song is for
more,
me.
which is the funniest
See,
song in this episode.
More is not funny to me.
Oh.
More takes itself too seriously
No,
to me. I don't
more
know.
is
That's
funny
why
for that.
it's funny.
Yes,
I don't know.
these are just a bunch of fucking pricks, like making
they're
a
definitely
song
pricks.
that okay, I don't know. It's like even worse. Like I don't know. The song was. I'm just looking at Wikipedia. The song was going to try the groovy Afro. Apparently, was changed to Kinky Afro after a band called The Farm had a similarly named song called Groovy Train earlier in 1990.
Look, I'm on record as having one of my favorite bands be Fish. This shit is too much for me. This shit is too much.
Son, I'm 30.
I only went
It's-
with your mom because she's dirty, and I don't have a decent bone in me, so what you get is just what you see, yeah.
Has anyone watched the music video for this?
Yes.
I did watch the music video. It's hilarious. It's
it's
like proto Austin Powers. It's like one
It
of
is
the
very
Austin
Austin
Powers
Powers.
transitions.
Yeah. Like, I can't decide how earnest it is in that execution. I oscillated during the entire time in the video. Like, oh yeah, this is doing a bit. No, this is not a bit. It's
I love that the fact that they just have a guy in the band that's just like dancing very badly and playing maracas.
Yeah, but
Do you remember
there's
in
That's
another-
his whole deal.
Yeah.
You remember in Pop Star when Andy Samberg goes in disguise and dresses up as Jason Sudeikis with like the really hideous prosthetics?
Yes,
The lead
yeah.
singer looks like that.
Yes. Isn't this guy like a Gorillaz collaborator or something?
I believe so, yes.
Fucking
if
course
I
he
remember
is.
correctly.
That's why Blur didn't go number 1, because you listen to shit like this.
But I don't think this one's that bad. I don't know. I couldn't. Here's the thing. I just want to say, I hate the fact that I have to say that I don't think that a song that is called Kinky Afro is not that bad.
That's
It's called
samples.
Kinky Afro.
It samples Lady Marmalade in the chorus poorly, and then says, I had to crucify some brother today immediately afterwards.
It's horrible.
Look, I'm sure this is some British shit that doesn't translate to America 2021, but I just don't like hearing it, okay? I just don't
I
like
mean,
it.
This playlist really does like it's. I was watching the new docuseries This Is Pop, and they had an episode on Britpop, and it was all the first bit was being like British pop or British rock hadn't really been like it was so influenced by America at that point, but it's just like, well, yeah, because America was kicking your guys. This is what you guys were giving us in 1991. Like, of
I don't
course
know if we
grunge
were
came
kicking
in.
their ass. We didn't chart shit. What did we?
I'm like in terms of in terms of like we were talking about the music press in England. Like there's a reason why grunge took over is because this is the fucking shit they had to deal with. It's
Well,
like,
we were
there's these
offering up
exciting
Jane's
bands,
Addiction, so I mean, not
which
that
is a good.
We had R.E.M.
We did have
We had R.E.M.
We had
Yeah.
R.E.M.
I mean, and obviously the whole Our Band Could Be Your Life scene that was going
Yeah,
on.
replacements
I mean,
were kicking. Yeah. Okay.
Elvis Costello's American. Right?
Oh my god.
Which, speaking of Elvis Costello, during the episode, the Stockholm Syndrome episode, which is all about like all the Swedish like producers and writers, that basically like in Sweden, you know, ABBA were like, you're like, it's ABBA, like I don't know. And it wasn't until Elvis Costello like covered an ABBA song like at like a Swedish concert, they're like, yeah, ABBA's good. Like I don't, yeah, ABBA's pretty good. Like you know,
That's
it took
fascinating.
Elvis Costello for him to admit that. But
Thank
no,
you,
this one-
Elvis.
Thank you,
Thank you, Elvis.
Which again,
Yeah.
Elvis, we will get to you later, sir, on this episode. But any final thoughts on Kinky Afro?
Yeah, I mean, I will give you. I do think instrumentally it's got some things going for it. I kind of like the guitar in it. I like. There's something resembling an okay song in it, but the second he opens his mouth, I'm just like, yeah, fuck, I'm gone. See ya. Like this is one of the ones that I really like. It took me a couple tries to listen to the whole thing. So just yeah.
I'm so happy to hear that. We've adopted a new philosophy for this series, which is me and Alex just talk about the songs willy nilly. We don't give a shit anymore. And Donald was in our chat, and they're playing their cards very close to their chest for all these songs. So I'm happy to hear this one.
Yeah, I didn't want to blow my load on this too early. I would have repeated myself too much.
Yeah, me and Alex are chronic load blowers, I would say.
Brutal. Oh boy, are we ready to move on to our?
Can I get a Wes?
Yeah, we need.
Oh, hang on. Yeah.
Can I get a Wes?
Yeah. Which Wes do you want? There's two Wes's I have on here.
You know which Wes I want.
Okay. Yeah.
I love the way you smack my ass.
Oh, we got both.
Yes. Wow.
We got both.
We are blessed on this day.
Yes.
Can I just say I want more?
Oh, God.
Son,
Well,
I'm
we're
30.
gonna have to get that as a sound.
I think so.
Too.
I'll do it, but I won't like it.
You need the scary Andrew screaming at the end.
Well,
I
our
like the
next
violence
song,
of my text message tone.
Yeah, that's perfect. Oh,
let's move. I don't want more. Let's please move.
Right.
Our next song is Sting's "All This Time," which was number 1 on January 26, 1991, for 2 weeks. So let's hear a little bit of "All This Time" from the Stingster.
I'm gonna get this out of the way while the music is playing. Please don't clip this and take this out of context. Actually, I should rephrase this in a way that cannot be taken out of context. I love the English rock band The Police. I am a fan of that band, and this song is so fucking good to me. I don't fuck with Sting solo stuff, but maybe I should because I really like this song.
Yeah.
This is a heater.
I was
Yeah,
really surprised. Sorry.
No.
No, I was done.
Okay, sorry. Yeah, this is like going into this, like looking at the list. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna be, hating this one. No, this is great. This is terrific. It pains me to give the tantric sex god himself his credit, but this is a jam. Really, his vocals here are like really like hitting the sweet spot, honestly, for his range too.
Yeah.
He
Really
figured
good.
it out. He figured it out. He doesn't have to dick around with all Stuart Copeland and all those guys.
Yeah.
This was a really cool moment for me because I think one of my uncles, when I was a kid, used to play this song all the time in the car.
Hell
And I
yeah,
hadn't heard
Uncle
it since
Magic.
then until the playlist. And it was just like
Aw.
a warm hug from an old friend. And it was,
Aw.
it's so
That's
great.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Uncle Magic.
That's
folks.
great.
Uncle Magic.
That rules.
Shouts out to all the uncles.
Yeah, send us your favorite uncle. Send us a picture of your
Yeah,
favorite
it's-
uncle at the barbecue this weekend.
Yes.
I guess this is coming out after the weekend. So take a picture of your uncle this weekend. I hope you did.
Yeah.
If you didn't,
Yeah.
you're in trouble.
Where's the LMFAO on this playlist? It's
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
guys.
The best
Oh
uncle
my
band
God.
of all time.
Yeah.
Oh my god. This one I will say I don't love it as much as y'all do, but this one's fun. This one's fine. a little too long, but it's fun.
Disagree. I want this song to go on as long as
Yeah.
it needs to go on. This is
It's nice that we have like a little yacht rock on yacht rock was still kicking.
Yeah,
this
smooth
song.
sailing.
It's really soothing.
Yes.
This is a song I would like to listen to in the park while smoking. Like that's like it's like very chill. It's like a very nice like I'm gonna probably throw this into like some like yard playlists, honestly.
Yeah, this makes me feel like I won at the end of a movie and the credits are about to start playing. Like, I love it.
Yeah. Like we were I don't know why we spoiler alert. We cut the Robyn Hitchcock song. I don't know why we did that. We fucked up, I guess, and we kept this one. But I think we just wanted to talk about Sting in some weird capacity, and it paid off. I think this song's like honestly fucking great.
Yeah,
it's not top 10, but it might be close.
It's again, like I said, I think Sting. It was just like, what the fuck is Sting doing on this list? Like,
yeah, we were fascinated by some of these names.
It was like, like they had already gone pop at this point. Like, why is Sting here? Like, why is he charting on here? But again, this one's fun. I enjoy it. Although I do think that, like, here's the thing. It definitely sounds like the thing with Sting in a way that I respect. Very singular. Like a lot of his songs, like he is a sound that's very hard to replicate.
Yeah,
Sting, and a sound he stays tried and true.
Except for Bruno Mars that one time.
Bruno Mars is the only one to have pulled it off and pulled it off pretty well. That Watch Out of Heaven is one of the best pop songs of the 2010s, in my opinion.
It is actually very. I actually love that song. Honestly, it is weird. They actually give off kind of similar vibes. Honestly,
yeah. Sting, please cover Uptown Funk.
I would get a kick out of that. Oh gosh. Boy. I'm not ready. I'm not excited for what's coming next. We could talk more about Sting if you want.
Oh man. I'm gonna be on my own, aren't I?
Yeah, you are.
No, Gavin, you are not gonna be on your own.
Matty.
Our next song. Oh, hang on. There's fireworks. Our next song. Sorry
Happy
about
4th of July, man.
I'm recording. Happy
Roger. Operation commenced. Fireworks launched. Thank you. Handlers, thank you.
They're trying to nuke you for talking shit about Perry Farrell.
I will not disclose where I am currently, but I'm not in my usual recording location.
Little St. James.
Matty.
You bought it. You converted it.
What mics do they have at Langley? Like, do they use Blue Yetis or like?
Well, I got a Blue Yeti here.
Confirmed.
Our next song though is Jesus Jones, Right Here, Right Now, which is number 1 on February 9th, 1991 for 5 weeks. So let's hear a little bit of Right Here, Right Now from. Oh wait, hang on. Did I get this out of order? No, I did not. Okay, never mind. I'm not out of order. Thank God. Okay, I think it just
You're
my
a genius,
soundboard
Matty.
is really out of order. Okay, Jesus Jones, Right Here, Right Now. Let's hear a little bit of it.
How can you tolerate this hook?
I love this hook. This is like a top 10 hook.
It gets repeated so many times.
Yeah, because it's good.
This is like very high on my like I am detained by like somebody and like being tortured for information playlist.
I guess it's
like
a Fish fan in me, but I love this.
I can get behind that kind of thing even though I'm not super into it, but like I mean I guess it's partly because I've heard covers of it in commercials before anything else, which definitely colors my perception of the song. Not irredeemably, like I've heard like good songs that way too. But this just...
Yeah, this had big beer commercial energy to me. Just
Well, that's the
huge
best
beer
kind of
commercial energy.
music.
Yeah, well, this is like allergy medication music.
I think this was in a Capital One commercial.
It feels like it. I mean, I don't dislike this song, but I don't love it. To me, it just, I don't know, it kind of invokes like lame Gen X to me in a way. Like,
this is so close to being a top 20er for me. I can't even explain it. Like I really fuck with this song.
This song grew on me, even though it does sound like something that would play like during like a 90s instructional video.
Here's the
like,
thing.
corporate.
We have 2 songs from Manchester in the UK from the same scene. One of those is Kinky Afro, and this one just has the way the guitar and the bass and the horns all play with each other in this song. I just can't get enough of it. And I like the guy's voice, which is an unpopular opinion among this cast. But I do like this guy's voice.
His voice is okay. It's not terrible.
Mm.
This does continue. Does it continue the trend of like trying to own the '60s, which was happening a lot around this era?
Kind of, yeah.
Probably.
Like Bob
probably.
Dylan, Elvis Costello does it later. There's a band in the next episode that does it. Like I don't know.
While also actively ripping from the 60s.
Of course. Yeah.
Like
yeah, it's all a cycle. Everything loops back to the '60s, which loops back to the '50s. But I fuck with this song. I really like this song. But I am the minority, and I will be beaten down and dragged by Alex.
I really can't stand this particular brand of like breathy singing. And
I like I said, in most case scenarios, I don't disagree. I think this is a weird. It is a weird exception for whatever reason. I cannot tell you why. But...
Matty, I'm looking at the screen you have pulled up here.
Oh yeah. I was thinking right. Well, so this I was waiting for the moment. So this song has an in popular culture section on Wikipedia. So let's read some of the highlights. So right here, right now, it's using commercials for Tech TV.
What the fuck is Tech TV?
Buffalo Bills coach Marv Levy used to ask his team before the start of each game, where would you rather be than right here, right now? The Jesus Jones song became the unofficial song for the team.
That explains so much about their entire time as a team.
Yeah. A version of the song was used in commercials for the Treasury Casino in 1995. And I think this one explains the energy of the song the most, in my opinion. This song was used by Joe Clark in his successful campaign for the leadership of the Progressive Conservative Party of Canada in 1998.
I think the next one might be better, but that's a good
by candidate Gerard Kennedy at the 2006 Liberal Party Leadership Convention in Canada. And then, of course, but famously, a cover version was recorded by Alvin and the Chipmunks for the 2000 video game of the same name.
Okay, so I just want to say something real quick.
Can we hear that one?
Yeah.
A cover version was recorded by Alvin and the Chipmunks for their 2007 video game of the same name.
I
Okay.
guarantee that is better than this.
Did I ever mention to anyone in here about the house that is close to the house I grew up in that has an Alvin and the Chipmunk statue sitting on their front?
I think you've mentioned this.
I'm going to post this in the
please
Discord
refresh us.
chat, but there's a house that's relatively close to the house I grew up in that has, I think, Simon from Alvin and the Chipmunks just sitting on its front porch, like from the movie theater, a statue from the movie theater.
Oh god!
But it's good shit. I'll post it when this episode comes back out.
Yeah.
Oh god!
So I found video from the game, and it's pretty important to see this.
Shit, it's a rhythm game. Oh, this is awesome.
It's a rhythm game.
We gotta start a fucking Twitch channel, y'all. Look at Alvin.
Yeah, look at that sequel.
This is definitely better.
Oh my god.
Where are they performing?
They're performing in a swamp.
This is one of the more inscrutable rhythm games I've ever seen. I cannot tell how you're supposed to be interacting with this.
Oh, those harmonies.
How does this relate to the music?
I really love this version, actually. I'm into it.
Hey, it's definitely better. This is a lot better, actually.
This is so good.
Oh my god.
This is the best shit I've ever seen.
I think this is the most that Gavin has lost it, I think, since the first Peter cameo we got for Gavin.
Playing a Fender Stratocaster, and he's fucking getting it, y'all.
Oh god. Well, I think are we even ready to move on to our next song?
What is the next song?
Our next song is R.E.M's "Losing My Religion."
Oh god.
But before we do, was there any lingering thoughts on "Right Here, Right Now"?
I don't know
Jesus
what I
Jones?
can think after that.
Chipmunk.
I am looking up eBay prices for the Alvin and the Chipmunks video game.
Oh god. Well, that is all. Our next song is R.E.M's "Losing My Religion," which number one on March 16th, 1991 for 8 goddamn weeks. Let's hear a little bit of "Losing My Religion" real quick. it's just like I'm just vibing out because this is easily a top 5 song for the entire series, potentially top 10 for sure, top 5 definitely.
Didn't make
top
the
10
top
for sure, top 5 probably.
I feel like it goes beyond the series, really. I feel like if you said this was the best like rock song of the decade, I wouldn't really flinch. Honestly, it's not my favorite R.E.M. song of the decade even, but I also like. God, this is like a perfect song.
It's a perfect song. It's just
singing
one of the
along to
best
the
songs
Mando.
ever made.
You guys singing along to the Mando?
Yeah, no, it actually, it was. I have a lot of background info on this. Like they actually recorded it. It was like they couldn't get the take right over and over, trying to do it separately. And finally they get it right. The mandolin and the vocals and the instrumentation all in just one basically live take. Which is so integral to how this sounds. It sounds so organic.
Yeah.
Like if you listen to like the MTV Unplugged version or any live versions of it, it sounds so consistent, which is so rare for like any song really, but especially for like a band as polished as R.E.M. Like, you know, it's just like such an organic feeling to it. Yeah, it goes without saying I like adore this song, and I think it's really special, but I also think it gets weirdly misunderstood nowadays. It kind of gets talked about like this really big, you know, Titanic rock song, kind of almost as it was, you know, a humongous hit. But it's like this explicitly, you know, super queer song about like heartache and longing and obsession that no one really got, and a lot of people still don't really get, I think.
Yeah.
It's just deeply powerful, and like you see it too in the music video, which I think is a masterpiece. Tarsem Singh does some of his who's an underheralded genius, in my opinion, does some of his truly his best work in this. It's like this, like, you know, very stage like mix of like these moody, you know, dark, dimly lit compositions, and these, you know, the very over the top dramatic reenactment of these, you know, sort of like almost Greco-Romanish mythologist kind of actors, and the winged figure who apparently was sort of cribbed from a Gabriel Garcia Marquez story. But it's just like it's just this incredibly powerful you know, song, and there's the mandolin carrying through it, and that bass which apparently is just you know, just basically cribbing from Fleetwood Mac, basically is how they figured it out. But you know, it's just, God, I love this song. I'll shut up.
Ollie just
No, that was great.
audio.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
we've lost Ollie.
Oh shit.
Okay, back from some technical difficulties. Gavin, I think you were getting ready to speak upon losing my religion.
I don't wanna look. This like undisputably like a classic, like undisputable classic. Like no one has any issue with this song, which is maybe an issue because I've heard it so many times at like fucking CVS that like it just doesn't provoke a reaction out of me anymore, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Is the issue, which is not really an issue. It's a me thing, not a you thing, Michael Stipe. But like
I get that.
It just doesn't do anything for me anymore. Like half the time I was listening to it, it'd be on the last chorus and I'd be like, "Oh, I'm listening to Losing My Religion," which is maybe because I'm just a straight fucking white guy. But like it's a classic. Who would feel bad because I said it may be overplayed a little bit?
I cannot believe that Gavin is not singing along to the Mando.
Look, I'm singing along to the Mando. You know I'm singing along to the Mando.
So, would you say that out of all of us here, in terms of your person of the song, that's you in the corner?
That is definitely me in the corner. Not necessarily me in the spotlight, but I'm definitely feeling that a little bit right now.
I will say that as a fellow non-heterosexual, this song definitely does like invoke a lot to me, and I still have a lot of respect for this song. I do agree with Gavin; it is a little overplayed. But this song was permanently ruined for me by the television show Glee.
Hell yeah!
Oh,
So,
no.
does everyone here know the context of how this was played on Glee?
I
don't know if I want to know.
So, there's an episode. I never really watched the show. My mom loved it, and this was in like 2012. So at this point, we had 2 computers in our house: a laptop in the living room and the computer in their bedroom.
They had
And
Ben
if I wanted to
Stealing downloaded to
Yes,
it.
the Ben Caught Stealing computer. But if I wanted to do schoolwork, on the computer and type stuff up because me and Gavin have notoriously terrible handwriting.
Yeah, famous.
We would have to type up all of our essays on the laptop in the living room. And the rule was basically, if you had the laptop, you didn't have the TV too. So my mom was in there watching Glee and I was working on some essay, some or the other. And the episode's theme was like religion. And one of the characters got a grilled cheese that looked like Jesus. And it became a thing in the school. And the guidance counselor...
God, I remember this.
Yes, the guidance counselor said, it's just a coincidence and it's not a religious thing. And this kid got so sad that he started singing Losing My Religion. So every time I hear this song, it's been tarnished for me.
I wonder why
Ryan Murphy should be put in the Hague.
I wonder,
Yes.
I wonder why people have issues with the queer subtext of this song.
Yeah. Well, I feel very strongly about this because, like, yes, it's definitely been overplayed to death, and it's easy to kind of sour. I feel that, like, I've like had periods where I'm like, okay, it's like this is like, you know, this is like the lame person's choice for best R.E.M. song or whatever. But like, you know, it has kind of been sandblasted away is the problem. Like,
yeah,
it's not the song's fault that
yes,
you know, the market latched
it's
onto
absolutely
it like
not.
this.
It's Glee and CVS's fault.
Yeah,
it paid for the rest of R.E.M.'s career, basically.
Yes.
Look, I'm never. Look,
so
here's the thing: I'm never upset to hear this song in CVS. If this song comes on CVS,
yeah,
great.
It's like this and Freedom 90 are like the best songs you can hear in CVS.
Yeah, and maybe some other songs that we'll talk about later in this series, but Dishwalla Counting Blue Cars, but whatever. But yeah, like what. We took a poll. Well, I took a poll. I decided we should probably start doing this because it's smart and ask the Discord what their favorite song this week is. And like, it wasn't even a question. Like, everyone voted for this song, and there's a reason, and that's because it's a fucking great song that everyone loves.
Yeah.
What more is there to say about it?
It's really special. It's one of the rare songs to be such a mega hit that is like genuinely like, you know, it's like not designed to be a hit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like the whole way it got recorded, like, you know, it's like already about this kind of unrequited longing, but like, again, like Michael Stipe, by his own sensibility at least, kept fucking up the vocal take. Is how he felt, and he was like just like pissed to be in the studio by the time he actually sung it, which goes so much into the snarl. Like this is like it's such a raw, passionate song, and like, I mean, people smarter than me have put it better, but like Michael Stipe is like one of the most, you know, preeminent poets of rock music. I think sincerely. I think the way he evokes like human passion in general and like the rawness of the heart is like really special and nearly unparalleled in rock music. The man is a true genius and an absolute pioneer, but also more importantly than that, that like fade out on the mandolin is so fucking cool.
Yeah,
it gives you chills every single time. Still,
yeah, it's beautiful.
It's like, it just sounds really great. And this whole album too is really, I think, kind of slept on in R.E.M's, you know, discography. It's got really some of their best songs in their career. Half a World Away, Texarkana, like it's really good. This is like them in their prime, you know, but their prime was like 10 years long. Also,
yeah,
so
yeah.
Yeah, I think
R.E.M's
this
a
song
great
deserves
band.
legacy.
The American Beatles, my friends, but better than the Beatles.
Well, folks, we've hit the halfway point of this week's playlist, which means, folks, it is time for this week's car commercial interlude. And of course, for the car commercial interlude, we are picking random songs that have gone number one in the 2020s so far, and this is one of the more recent ones. Actually, either it might be the most recent one or one of the more recent ones. And of course, I am talking about Shy Away from 21 Pilots. So let's hit that car commercial interlude theme. Bam. Let's hear a little bit of Shy Away from 21 Pilots.
Just a waveform in comparison to all the 90s songs.
It's pretty rock solid.
Chris Fair and sue these motherfuckers.
Yeah, this is like target Chris Farron.
Yeah. I like it though, but
I didn't even
because I like Chris
I didn't even
Farron.
place that until now. Jesus, you're right. Fuck.
I like it though, but I like Chris Farron, so what can I say?
Yeah.
I love Chris Farron. Like, It's like fine. Like, it's okay, white noise.
This may be my of all the car commercial interludes that I've added on to the shows. This might end up being my favorite. I don't know. I think this is just like a genuinely great pop song. The album itself is not very good. I did attempt to listen to the album. It's not very good. But this song is really great.
Yeah, I think it's good. We may finish our discussion of this song before the clip even ends. Like, it's good.
Yeah.
I just like it. I like the energy. Yeah. It's good.
It would thoroughly surprise me if I like any of the other interludes more than this.
The White Reaper one is good, but yeah, this one's pretty good.
What kind of car is it selling?
Ooh, Kia Soul.
Yeah, I was gonna say that too. I was about to say that.
Either Kia Soul or one of the
one of
those like SUVs that can go like off-roading a little bit.
Maybe a Prius.
Prius, yeah, I can see it.
Yeah.
It's got a little bit of Prius energy.
Ford Focus.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think y'all should actually come up with the commercial that would be attached to this. I see the car driving and like flowers sprouting out behind it where it's going.
Yeah.
There's a happy dad in the front seat, like really smiling, and his daughter's in the back with like some like field hockey gear or something like that.
Absolutely, yeah.
Elon Musk, let us do a commercial for one of your Teslas that don't catch on fire.
Which one?
You'll find one.
Yeah.
And we'll do that. But no, this is just a genuinely great pop song. Like I love the like I said, Josh Dunn, really good drummer, and I think he really is able to go to town and like keep a solid bass for this song, which like kind of, instrumentally, like it is sort of I won't say a step back, but definitely is sort of an interesting step forward for Twenty Pots to go from like this last record where it was like had some like interesting industrial influences and whatnot to go to go to
different
this
step. What was the last song we listened to in the car commercial number ones?
The Hype.
The Hype.
Was it that or Jumpsuit?
It was the Hype.
It was the Hype.
It was the Hype.
Yeah.
Which that one was pretty like pretty traditional pop. This one is definitely much more like really like embracing the more like 80s.
Yeah,
pop
I'm kind of sick
influences.
of the 80s, but like this is fine.
Oh no, I agree.
Yeah.
I think this one has enough of that. Like again, Chris Farron kind of DIY sound a little bit, sort of like just getting these drum machines and loop pedals and just sort of going to town. Like I think it's a little scrappy, and I really like it.
Yeah, it's scrappy. I agree.
It's got a lot of personality too. This is one of the brighter moments on this playlist for me, which it wasn't a great week as far as I'm concerned.
I will say again, Losing Religion. This again, it's a great like it's a great 2-song stretch that is able to like, okay, I will finish the rest. Like this is
good palate cleanser.
Maybe finish.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for sure.
For sure.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Well, again, that was the car commercial interlude of the week. I guess I don't think we had much to say other than hey, good song.
Job.
Definitely check
Good
it
job,
out.
Yeah.
Good job. Well, our next song on the list is
Fuck yeah.
Oh, let's go, baby.
Oh yeah.
Let's go, baby.
Our next song is Elvis Costello. Actually, before let's get back to the charts. So R.E.M. number 1 for 8 weeks, and then Simple Minds See the Lights number 1 for 2 weeks on May 11th.
Never heard that song.
1991,
Don't know what it
which
is.
we decided to cut.
Yeah.
We decided to cut it. Our next song is Elvis Costello's The Other Side of Summer, which went number 1 on May 25th, 1991 for 4 weeks.
That's right. That's fucking
Dear
right.
Lord.
Let's hear a little bit of The Other Side of Summer real quick. Dissing John Lennon, fucking
Aaron Roger Waters.
11 years after he got domed.
That is the one bright spot of the song for me.
I like this song too.
Yeah, I'm a sucker. I'm a total sucker for this. It's bad. I recognize it's a bad Elvis Costello song, but I'm pretty into it still.
This man Elvis sounds like a goose when he sings.
Listen to this shit.
Look, whenever I hear the backing vocals, I just see like 3 guys in plastic Elvis wigs. It's so funny to me.
I saw Elvis Costello live a few years ago, and it was one of the worst concert experiences I have ever had in my life.
I wholly believe that. He also seems like a fucking dick.
Yeah, he seems
too.
like an
Yeah. Yes.
But This is a jam, like most of the songs.
This is so fucking weird. How did this go number one?
This grease ass bullshit.
After
So good.
losing my religion to Simple Minds, who I can't believe had a second hit, period, versus had a second hit in 1991, to this
my
weird
God.
Grease Lightning Elvis Costello song. Like, it's just so weird that I think I love it. I just have to respect it.
Yeah, this is a weird one. It is like it's one of the ones I had the most mixed thoughts on because like it's like a mixture like Grease or like Beach Boys or like Phil Spector style like Wall of
Mike
Sound
Love would have
even, but,
snapped
like,
on this shit.
Oh yeah. But like Elvis Costello has such a weird voice,
I
especially
like
at
his
this
voice.
time.
I don't know.
I've not listened to any of his classic albums, and I
Oh,
think
man.
if I did, I would have a
My
bit,
aim
a
is
bit more of
true.
a perspective.
Yeah, his early, like his first
So
four
good.
albums, like especially my favorite's probably Armed Forces actually, which I think is really just like aside from a couple like not so hot lines in terms of in the modern light of time, it's a fucking perfect, you know, like power pop kind of album, like or like new wave power pop kind of album. It's so good.
Yeah.
But yeah, he kind of loses it after 86 or so, really. And
Yeah, this one is just his again.
I love that. I love that.
Like this song, it goes back and forth and being like, "What the fuck is this guy doing with his voice?" So like, this is the funniest thing I've ever heard.
He's
It's
honking
like going-
like a goose. That's
He's
what
honking
he's
like
doing.
a goose.
Yeah.
Man, this summer shit got me
Honking like a
honking
goose. But this song does not like summer. It's talking about
Yeah.
homelessness.
Oh yeah,
and,
it's talking.
like
Yeah.
unwanted pregnancies. It's like it's a bummer jam, they call it.
Yeah.
But like
Which
it's
is
trying-
that's his specialty, really.
Yeah.
I mean, like he's
Yeah, it's trying to do that trick of like, oh, the music is happy, but the lyrics are really like depressing or sad. And it's
but
just
it's
like,
so funny to
this-
do that with like Grease shit, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
and he's done it very well many times in his career.
Yeah. This is such a strange angle to tackle that from.
4 weeks.
Yeah.
4 weeks.
Yeah.
Like once again, like when we get to the next episode, I'm so happy that the music industry was like, what the fuck are these nerds playing on these stations? These stations are not making any fucking money. Get these nerds out of here. Get these old ass college radio MDs who are so just not on top of what's going on in music. Get these nerds out of here. Let's throw Red Hot Chili Peppers and Nirvana on the radio and get these nerds out of here.
I don't know. We still have the famous one to come in a couple weeks, and that guy was not
Oh.
hip, but you know we'll get there. I don't know why
but no,
we're
this one's
pretending like
kinda-
we're not talking about Peter Gabriel. We're talking about Peter Gabriel. Yeah.
Oh God, yeah, that one. Like I said, that is no Peter Gabriel. Peter Gabriel is cool as fuck.
I mean, yes.
Which, by the way, folks, our first 4 episodes. I think we don't even. I want to say it's 1990. Like right now, it's 1990 to like we don't get till 94 until like episode 5. I think.
Wow.
Halfway
but no,
through.
this-
God.
But no, this one is there's a lot going on here. I don't know if I hate it. I don't know if I love it. It is like such a I recommend listening to this one, folks. It is a strange one because it's just like you're hearing this like one time like great artist who is so clearly past his peak at this point, but like 4 weeks.
He's given it his all in this song.
I mean, yeah.
This one is so bizarre to me. It's just like I would find it hilarious, except for those backing vocals in the chorus, like driving me
Yeah.
insane.
Yeah.
The
Well,
production's
let's-
really good, I think, honestly, on it too. I like how it sounds a lot.
Yeah.
He's also ripping the Beach Boys with those,
Yeah.
I was
those
gonna say, yeah.
harmonies.
Mhm. Big Beach Boys.
Yeah,
vibes.
this needs to be like remixed with Kokomo.
Oh God. Well, Elvis Costello, The Other Side of Summer. But up next, this is a pretty disappointing one, honestly. Up next, this might be, if I have to pick like my least favorite one of the week, I think this one might be it. Next, I think this one and another one.
Our
are pretty
guest is
close.
shocked.
Yeah.
Our next song is Electronics, Get the Message, and of course, Electronic being the super duo of Bernard Summer of New Order and X Smith's
Oh, I thought it was
guitarist
Peter.
Johnny Marr.
Okay.
Mhm.
So let's hear a little bit of Get the Message from Electronic. Which I'm so sorry, Donald. I'm so sorry. But this song is fucking boring as fuck to me.
I didn't even write anything down about it.
Yeah, I already forgot it.
Like, what if Right Here, Right Now just didn't have a hook?
Yeah, that's
Like,
right.
what if there just wasn't a hook?
I
How did
think
this go number one?
That's not.
it settles into like a nice kind of like, you know, a nice groove to it. It doesn't have a hook, but it's just got it's a consistent kind of groove to it that just becomes very easy to sink into, I feel
I
like.
don't know.
I feel like I'm on hold with my bank right now.
Yeah.
Like, that's what this music reminds me of.
Look,
Look,
let's get this.
I won't dispute that.
Let's get this out of the way.
Unlike my bank debts, but you know, it's,
Johnny
no,
Marr
but,
thinks
like,
this is the
it's-
best song he's ever written.
Which is insane.
it's pretty
Crazy.
fucking great. I think it's really good.
No.
Wow.
Over, like, this charming man and there is a light, you know.
Well, no, definitely not better than that. But like, you know, it's like it's
I don't know.
a really good song in my opinion. Honestly,
Jesus
I
Jones.
think it's just a jam.
Oh, Jesus Jones did the exact same thing, and Jesus Jones were like nobody.
Doesn't
This was Bernard Summers and Johnny Marr, and they came up with this. Look, mom of the pod, beloved mom of the pod, Georgia M, said after Losing My Religion that this was the best song. We love you.
I agree.
we respect-
I agree.
Oh my god, no! This is so close. I think this might be in my bottom 10 of the series. Like
Wow.
like Johnny Marr has doubled down. He was asked in 2007 and 2009, and he both said this was the best song he's ever written. Which is
king shit in my opinion. If you ask me, honestly.
I guess, but fuck, this is nothing. This is worse than Right Here, Right Now, and it has like the same chord progression. It's just nothing.
You think it's gonna go, like, you think it's gonna have a hook or it's gonna go, but it just kind of it stays in this vibe, which I want to say I do understand, because again, I do love songs occasionally that go into that vibe, but it's just like the former college radio like programmer in me is just wondering, like, how did this go number one? Like this, there's no hook,
But
there's
even
no big
then,
radio moment.
the how did this go number one question is not even a factor yet. There's another song in this list that you have to ask, how did this go number one later? Like, it's like, this is the worst playlist, and I still can't decide what my favorite song is because I love so many songs on it. Like, the 90s fucking owned. Like, you know, this is like, I don't like this, but this is still better than like every song in my bottom 10 for both butt rock and car commercial number ones.
Yeah, I just don't have the energy to feel much of anything towards this. I'm disappointed because I love New Order and I love the Smiths, as problematic as that is, you know. But
We'll get to
I
that
don't
guy
know.
later. That guy had
Yeah.
several numbers.
Yeah.
I think that's
Yeah.
that might be maybe, I think episode it's either 3 or 4 where we get to more.
I believe it's the same one as Peter, which is a great contrast.
Oh, yeah. The Virgin and the Chad.
Which, Donald, just to explain, so one of the songs we're going to be talking about on the series is Peter Gabriel's "Steam,"
Yes.
which has completely has cracked everyone's brain open, like
Destroyed us.
Yeah.
It was so bad that Gavin was like, let's all recite the lyrics one at a time in the Discord chat, and we did it. It took us 2 days, and we did it.
It's 6 minutes long, and we
It's
did
6
every
minutes
word.
long. And it also has a music video that is very notorious.
We've talked
but
about this
Alex,
on every episode, and we're not even
Yeah.
close
I
to
know,
it.
but I will state this again for the record. Alex and I have not watched the video yet, and we're not going to until we record that episode. We're going to watch it live on the show.
I'll watch it after this. I after the record. I'm now.
Your
can't
brain is going to
wait.
get
Oh my
I
God,
can't
yeah.
wait. It's
your brain is
It's
going to
so
be
good.
cracked open.
I own it on VHS. It's my favorite thing ever.
grandfathered
now.
on VHS. We just don't want to
Well,
talk about this song. Anyone have anything
Yeah.
to say about
Yeah.
electronic?
I fucking love this song. I love this album. I think it's terrific for a very specific mood where you just kind of want to chill and have like a nice mildly driving bit. I think it is. Yeah, it's similar to that Jesus Jones song, but I think does everything it does infinitely better.
Yeah, I just think like a lot of this, definitely this playlist more than last week. It just, there's this, you know, electronica is becoming a thing and it's starting to influence the rock music, and it's got good intentions in terms of like, you know, wanting to take this sort of new genre and you know, kind of introduce into rock, and it just, you know, where people were thinking like this is the future, you know, having these electronic elements. It's like you're almost there,
They
there,
really
but,
wanted to make
not- took a
sampling
couple
in
years.
rock music a thing until fucking
Yeah.
Give It Away went number one, and then it was fucking over. Like,
Yeah.
like I
pretty
respect
much.
it. You know,
It's
I'm sure the Avalanches
was-
respect it, but
well, I mean, it's, I love that shit. I'll eat it up, give me that slop. But like I just think also like after the Berlin Wall fell, there was like this kind of surge in music. There was this kind of like of this temperament. I feel like too.
Yeah.
Like in that early '90s era, there's this kind of weirdly like I wouldn't call it optimistic vibe in pop music, but it's this kind of like weird sense of upbeat to it that it feels incongruous.
yeah,
It's the beginning. It's the 90s. It's a new era. It feels like the future. It feels like we're finally getting to world peace and all that jazz.
they were so right
Which,
about that, by the way.
Yeah.
Like,
chill in the Gulf of Mexico, which is a great place to swim. I've heard.
yeah, and
especially
if you
today.
go there, you're
yeah,
definitely
yeah.
not kidnapped or haven't kidnapped anyone, as the famous
Or
guitar
you're
player
de-
from Shinedown once said.
Yeah. For
Oh my God.
context, the Shinedown guitar player's cameo, he just out of the blue, unprompted, said, "And no, I didn't kidnap anyone," which was
Highly suspicious, I would say.
My I've never kidnapped anybody shirt has a lot of people. Has a lot of people.
God.
Any final thoughts on get the message before we move on to our next song?
Nope.
I enjoyed the song. I think it's a very pleasant, just like, yeah, I don't have a lot to say about it besides the fact that I enjoy it. It's not doing a lot, but it doesn't have to.
I really think the fact that Johnny Marr said this is the best song he's ever written is what pushed it over the edge for me.
yeah.
Like,
That's
like,
fair.
Yeah.
like it just that's insane. Like, come on, man. Like, you don't have to like.
You wrote this charming man riff. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, pretend like Morrissey isn't even on that song. Download some like Morrissey-less cut on the internet and realize like your best.
Oh yeah,
shit.
there's a again someone.
No,
tried
just go
posting
ahead and play that
Minecraft.
fucking Alvin and the Chipmunks video
play
It's
again.
diamond ore.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Well, our next song then. The next song on the list is Siouxsie in the Banshees. Kiss Them For Me, which was number 1 on July 6, 1991 for 5 weeks. So let's listen to a little bit of Kiss Them For Me. So this song has a lot of the similar vibes of like trying to introduce electronica elements to like new wave and alternative music. This is I'm not in love with the song, but I do think that like I think obviously having Siouxsie as a vocalist is like adds so much to the song, just so much charisma.
Yeah.
He's
This
able
is-
to really add a lot.
This is my number one this week. This might be my number one of the entire series. I love this song.
This song's
I'm
a
with you on
fucking
it.
bop.
This song's so fucking
It's a good
I
song.
love this song.
Phenomenal.
Yeah.
This is my favorite thing Siouxsie's ever made. I know that might be a hot take with all her 80s and early 70s put out, but like, I don't know. She's always had a love for, I hate the term world music because that's just what white people call music not made by white people, but she's always been in love with the music of like Southeast Asia and stuff, and a lot of it has not aged well at all, even some of her classics. But I feel like this one, especially since she brought in Talvin Singh to do all the backing instrumentals, I think really is phenomenal. I do agree with Matty. The drum machine is unnecessary.
No way.
Mainly,
No, I think
way.
it
I
rocks.
love
The
that.
thing is-
it
No,
rules.
it's great.
I wish that they got Budgie to actually do drums on this. Like, that's Susie's husband, and he's one of the Banshees.
He
Why
got
is he
paid.
not on?
He got paid. Who cares?
Yeah.
This shit rocks.
I'm sure he's a supportive and loving husband.
Yeah.
About it. It's
I mean, like I said, drum machines were becoming, like obviously had already been a thing at this point, but we're, starting to, like I said, at the time, it really did feel like the dance scene, like I said, the rave scene in the UK was fucking massive. And I feel like all these rock bands were feeling like they might get left behind if they don't start throwing some of those elements into their own songs. And some of them did well and some not so well. Because I think this is one that does it well. And then our next song is one that I do not think does not do it well at all. It might be my least. I think the next song for sure worst song of the playlist for me. But
No
I
way.
think I'm in the minority there.
Yeah.
it's neck and neck between this and that and Jesus Jones. But I love the main chorus melody of this song.
Yes.
It's a great hook.
Is so just perfect. Like, I mean, it's like such an interesting evolution of their sound in the 80s.
Yeah.
too. Like, it does make that leap into that, brighter, club friendly sound much better. I can see why this was a hit. It absolutely slaps.
Yeah.
Terrific song.
Her performance is insanely charismatic.
Yeah, this is her
Yes,
best vocal
yeah.
performance ever, I think.
Yeah.
I think the songwriting is really good, and obviously vocals are great. I think it's just the instrumentation can sometimes electronic stuff works, sometimes it's like I don't know. Like, again, I just have such a allergic reaction to this kind, like the early 90s electronica stuff. Like, I have such a allergic reaction to it, and sometimes it works, and sometimes it's like a really cute dog. It's like, all right, I'm going to suffer through the allergies because I want to pet this dog, and this is a great dog to pet. All right, I love this dog.
Yeah, look, Matty did not play my new famous drop that everyone is raving about, the top 10 song.
Well, you didn't tell me
No,
to.
I didn't tell you
me
to because this is not in my top 10, but this shit is knocking at the fucking door. This is wanting to be in my top 10 so fucking bad, and I almost want it to be in there. But, like, what can I say? Like, this is so fucking good. I could listen to this all day. Like, I think I could listen to this on repeat for several hours and, like, not even get close to sick of it. Like, it's so sick.
The only reason I'm on this podcast right now is to listen to Gavin say all of my High School Music was good, actually.
Yeah, Grant, we'll do a podcast where you have to, like, say that NoFX is good.
I was saying at the time.
Oh god, I just I want to get with everyone here, and I just want to smoke a bowl of this song. This is
so
good.
good.
Yeah.
I mean, Siouxsie's been my idol since like I was 13. I've loved her music, and this one I was worried that I'd not like as I got older, but no, I just love it more. It's so good.
It's such a good pop song. It's just the hook is amazing.
Is this the first appearance of a band on the Batman soundtracks?
That can't be true.
Oh,
Maybe.
I feel like
There's a
Sting had to
chance.
be on that motherfucker.
I mean, Nothing Compares to You was written by Prince, who was on the first one, but the same album that this was on, Face to Face was on, and that was in Batman Returns. I know we're going to get a lot in the Schumacher days.
Yeah, we're approaching a very famous Irish band that fucking dicked around with Batman for some reason, but we'll get there.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Well, let's get into our next song then. Unless we had any final thoughts on Kiss Them for Me.
I'm good.
Yeah.
Siouxsie has good hair and makeup, and I want that dress she wears on the Superstition album cover. That is all.
Yeah, mail that to
Also,
Grant,
have
Susie.
Siouxsie, please mail me that dress.
Did you watch the music video, Grant?
Ever since I was in high school, yes.
Okay.
Oh, I also want to say I love that the song is a tribute to the Golden Age actress Jane Mansfield, who had allegations of being friends with Anton LaVey of the Satanic Church. And apparently died in a car crash where she was allegedly decapitated. Yeah,
Well,
weird story there. I can see why Siouxsie was attracted to it.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, God damn. Well, speaking of car crashes, our next
Oh my
song
god.
is Rush's
appreciate
is Big Audio Dynamite 2, which
2?
2 Big Audio Dynamite 2.
I had not
The
noticed
sequel,
that.
the Squeakle, Alvin and the Chipmunks.
It's Big Audio Dynamite's Rush. Of course, Big Audio Dynamite being the post-Clash band of Mick Jones. So let's hear a little bit of Rush from Big Audio Dynamite.
I'm speaking before anyone else.
fucking
I
hate
love
this
this
song.
song. I love this song so much. It's so cool.
I kind of enjoy this song.
I think it's a mess, but I think I'm actually liking it much more right now than I did earlier, actually.
Look,
I think
I'm
it's
conditioned like this.
a prime example of dumb guy magic.
Somebody is trying too hard, and they made this, and I love it.
Yeah. Look, whatever it is, it's better than what the Clash was doing at the time.
Yeah.
Why
Why
is he
I'm
singing?
growing. This is growing on me. This is stupid as shit.
Yes, it's so stupid.
I just appreciate the sincerity with which they committed to this. And the best for me.
Yeah, there's like nothing here that like is supposed to be funny, but there's so much here that is funny.
Yeah, what the fuck is this right now? It's just like this little piano bit and then going right into a breakbeat.
Are we gonna hear the
Whoever
Who?
listened to
This
Baba
song
O'Reilly by
has
The Who?
no idea what it's... Yeah, it's trying to be that in like a 90s kind of way. Like, going from like this like butt rock into like, you know, like an almost like groove is in the heart level beat. And it's like not that good, but like that kind of vibe. Yeah, and then...
I love
Fucking Baba O'Reilly.
I love
How come
fucking organ.
How come it was perfectly okay for like dumb white guys in the 90s to sample classic rock songs, but we were still having conversations about whether sampling in hip hop is
I mean,
theft
you
like
answered
5
your own
years
question
ago.
right there.
Yeah.
I wonder why.
This song is complete fucking ass.
No
I
way.
think Mick Jones, who I'm going to assume is the one singing on this song, has one of the worst voices that I have ever heard in my entire life. The fact that like this is from one of the co-founders, one of the main guys in one of the most, if not the most respected punk act of the early punk era. Like, he made this. This does not...
They were called the only band that matters.
Yeah. The fact that this
And now
guy
two
made
bands
this,
matter.
Yeah, Big
Wow.
Audio
Big
Dynamite.
Audio Dynamite.
this sounds so fucking amateur. Like, it's just like, this is the guy from The Clash. Like, he makes this fucking bullshit.
And it owns.
Like, it,
I am trying to figure out the cocaine budget for this song.
I swear to God, you are all gaslighting me. I swear to fucking God, you're all lying to
This
me.
is
to
basically
make me
Black
upset.
Midi.
No, it is not. Gavin, nope.
This
Okay, I'm not gonna
probably
get
sounds better than Black Midi.
mad. Gavin is specifically. I'm not even going to engage. I'm not even.
There is going
engage.
to be one of those bands you like that releases a song that sounds exactly like this within the next year, and you're just gonna have to put up with that.
Look, I've been conditioned to like this. Like, growing up with Gavin, there was a lot of Clash going on, so like I've grown accustomed to Mick Jones' voice and all of this, and like I like it. I don't like it as much as I like any Clash song, but like
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
like I'll take it.
I would sit through a performance of this. It's like that level, but barely that level.
I will
you know?
say that when the playlist was originally created, Matty had an extended version in it and changed it to a single version. And when the single version was added, I liked it a whole lot more.
Disagree.
I would not.
Oh my
I
God.
love
Yeah,
the
I didn't
original.
even get to. Oh my God. So okay, so I didn't say this. Song number 1 on August 10th, 1991. This was the biggest modern rock hit of 1991.
Because it owns.
Only 4 weeks.
Only 4 weeks. This was in a being
How
number
does that
1
work?
of the
And there was a
They're-
song
I
that
think
was
I-
number one
for
for
5
5, and we
weeks.
cut it.
It doesn't go based on how long it was number 1. I think it's just based on
Unit
like
sales.
Yeah, has to be.
unit
Yeah,
sales and also
okay.
just like overall chart position, like how it held up over the year.
Yeah.
This song, I should mention, this song has a random ass interlude that is no fucking reason.
It's
like
so
it just
cool.
it fades out. It goes into this like sort of like 60s 70s psychedelia, like kind of like breakbeat, and also it just like goes in this for no reason. It has also like this weird like sample of like some like what sounds like a psychiatrist. It just has this weird interlude that's like, okay, is the song over? No, the song fades back in. It just fades back in, like it's like a little bit of sounds. Okay, the song's back, and it's just it
And it's
It isn't
awesome.
like this-
I love that part.
no, it's
Yes,
not.
it is.
It's completely
Yeah.
pointless.
But that's
It's
why it
it is-
rocks.
Yeah, I'm fully with Gavin.
It's just
here.
flexing.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, it's
this song is so
Oh,
dumb
you
and
are-
it rules.
You are
It's
all
like
bad.
it's like the dumb guy version of Brian Wilson, like, you know, being drugged out in the
Yes.
studio for Smile, being like, no, we need this, we need this, we need this.
Mhm.
And unlike Brian Wilson, actually fucking none of it works. But like
that just
it,
connected in my mind. What
Yeah.
a perfect fucking analogy. Oh my god.
The lyrics to this song are brutal.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah,
so
oh
bad.
God.
I would pay you handsomely.
is that
Ugh.
It's so good.
Ugh.
I love this. Like,
Ugh. I'm gonna throw up. Oh my god.
Well, let's put it to bed then.
Mhm.
let's put it.
yeah.
Let's.
Good night,
Let's talk about another dog shit
Let's
song.
talk about the sleepiest
Yeah.
song of all time.
Yeah, the most boring fucking thing.
This is actually my least favorite on the playlist. Like, hands down.
I think that's fair.
Yeah, that's
It is such a
fair.
big pile of nothing.
Yes.
Like, this
Yeah.
is the same band that did Love My Way, and then
Mm.
also this.
They have so many fucking hits that they released
yeah.
this and like
There are like I think we cut one or two psychedelic first. I think actually I think we only cut one at the beginning.
and the ones that
We
people
probably should
remember
have.
were in the 80s. Like it's insane the longevity of this band that no one remembers.
Yes.
Yeah. And of course, we're talking about the Psychedelic Furs, who went number 1 on September 7th, 1991 for 2 weeks with their song Until She Comes. So let's hear a little bit of Until She Comes.
We
Wonder
don't
what's
have
that
to.
about.
See, my opinions on the song are kind of similar to Ollie's on Electronic, where like, here's the thing: do I like this song? It's a nice vibe, but it's such an anticlimactic end for the playlist this week.
It's just why was this a single and why was this single a hit?
Yeah, no, this is like really. I will say, in terms of my thesis of like these college like radio DJs who they sort of had. This is my theory. I literally have no backing for this, but this is just my guess based on the timing. Is that like, I think all these college radio DJs, you know, that were in there, you know, in the churches for a while, that were breaking a lot of big bands. It was coming to this point where it's just like, okay, their taste like is not. It's not, you know, like it's just all these old bands or all these older acts from the '80s that are like they're not doing anything new.
Yeah.
We need
Yeah.
something. And the newest thing is like this electronica stuff, but like even then it doesn't sound that new per se. It's like this is not, you know, this is not the big change that you know, this is not the sound of the 90s. You know, this just sort of sounds like a continuation of the 80s. It's not until the song that goes number 1 in a couple weeks from now in the series that is that's where we start. That's where the 90s begins, truly.
No, it does very feel like it's a very like late period band, you know, kind of hit. Like it's very, you know, much more subdued and like pulled back. It kind of reminds me more of like a Simple Mind song than a Psychedelic Furs song.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
In a weird way, which is why I'm kind of into it. I think it's fine. Like it's not amazing, but I like it. I think it's a good song, honestly. It has that like, you know, again, that kind of, you know, as you can, I'm kind of on board with that kind of general vibe. I can get behind that kind of like a little lackadaisical, detached, droning vocal, like, you know, like sort of chugging along, all not quite adult contemporary, but definitely pulled back kind of feel to it. But it is for them like a step down from everything else they did, basically. You know,
And it's just like how this go number 1. This is not a radio song really at all. Like this is a college radio.
This is like a slow dance kind of song for like a weird dance.
Yeah.
And this is we should know that this is off for a while the last album from the Psychedelic Furs until 2020. So this was like their last like you know, this is one of their last songs for a long time.
Did they break up around then? Like,
I think let me double check the timeline, but it looks they broke up in 1992. But yeah, no, this one's kind of like I said, Love My Way, Pretty in Pink, like all these great songs.
Heaven,
And this is
just so many great pop songs, and it's just I don't know. I feel like nothing listening to this. Like, how can anyone think anything about this?
This is one of the least charismatic performances on this list, which is remarkable for what this list contains. Like we have Kinky Afro. We've got Get the Message. Like this is a playlist filled with uncharismatic, like mediocre vocal performances, and it's yeah.
I don't want to end this episode off on such a boring song.
Yeah.
So we're gonna make a last minute change to the playlist.
Ooh.
Last minute change because we want to end it off on a
freestyling.
Which I do not know why we cut this because this song was number 1 for 5 weeks.
Matty just broke a glass case on the wall and is bringing a CD to the computer.
Yes, in case I have broken again.
Yeah.
If Red Letter Media has their eyes on Breen, I've got my eyes on Robyn.
Shouts out,
of course,
Alec.
I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I'm talking about. So Alec, we are so sorry for cutting this initially. Hopefully you're happy.
Yeah.
We're doing. I've not heard this song at all.
I've never heard this song.
It has to be better
Yeah.
than the Psychedelic First
Yeah.
song. We're talking about Robyn Hitchcock and the Egyptians. So You Think You're in Love, which is number 1 on September 21st, 1991, for 5 weeks. So let's just hear So You Think You're in Love. It's only like 2.5 minutes. So fuck it.
All right.
Oh, I've heard this song.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a good fucking song. Why do we cut it?
Yeah, I like this.
Who made this decision? And who do I got to spank around here? It was probably me.
It might have been me. I might have been like, we don't need this. We need the Sisters of Mercy.
We did need that.
Wait,
though.
but we did.
We need more.
We need more.
Yeah, we should have cut Psychedelic Furs over this. This is awesome.
Yeah.
This is a good pop song.
Yeah, I like this song.
This does also feel like with that very much like owning the 60s vibe to me.
Definitely.
Fits with that.
Yeah.
This is like the best execution of it, of all the ones trying to do that, I'd say, for sure.
It kind of reminds me in some ways of sort of like kind of Guided by Voices.
I was gonna
kind
say,
of before,
yeah, it's got some
a little GBV before GBV like really blew up on the map.
Yeah. God, yeah. Yeah, especially like, yeah, around Propeller era almost, maybe.
With harmonies. Yeah, this is a good song. I would have loved to have ended on this. I guess we are ending on it.
We're ending on this now.
Yeah.
We've made a
Shouts out Robyn Hitchcock. This is a good song. Short, sweet, right to the fucking point. Yeah.
Ooh, yeah, like that.
Everyone's just fucking
like a key
vibing.
change.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just want to listen to this. Everyone's just kind of nodding. their head.
Mandolin as well.
That's right.
Hey,
Singing along to the man.
singing along to the Mando.
It is love. Ooh, yeah. Damn, how many songs are on this fucking album?
21.
God.
Man.
Oh, it's a Grace
It's a
hit.
Grace
Duh.
hit.
That was a great set.
Shouts
yeah.
out.
But look at the plays difference in all the songs.
Yeah.
Damn.
Okay, maybe all this shit I talked about college music DJs. Okay, y'all had a little bit of swag. didn't you?
Yeah.
A little bit of swag.
This is a
Yeah, this
redemption arc.
rules. This is great.
You're right. Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah.
All right, glad. Yeah, that song fucking
Yeah.
rocked.
Yes.
That song rocked. This
Mhm.
is
That's going in my playlist.
Yeah, goddamn. So that is that is where we lead off. And of course,
The fucking jump next week. Jesus Christ.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
like I said, the 80s runoff. Here's the thing: there's still 80s runoff on the next 2 or 3 episodes after this.
There's
but it becomes
60s
very-
runoff.
or even 60s runoff. Basically, we are really starting to enter when we think about 90s rock. Next episode, that's where we really get into that stuff because. Just to give a spoiler alert, our first song next week is "Give It Away" from the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Immediately after that beautiful pop song we just heard, people wanted to hear Anthony Kiedis be like at his peak horny, you know? Like
People were ready to fuck.
People were ready
Yeah.
to
What
fuck.
can we say?
Disgusting.
God, no! I'm gonna listen to that song as soon as we hang up because it's such a fucking good song.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, it rules. It's great. It's the best thing they did. It's
Well, all right. I think that about does it for this week. Donald, thank you so much for joining us. Is
Yeah.
there anything you want to plug before we head out?
I don't think there's anything quite really at plug status currently. I'm just here to appreciate some good songs, but yeah, I'll be saying stupid bullshit online. You can find me there. But that's other than that, no plugs. But thank you for having me on. This has been a delight.
Thank you for coming on.
Thanks
I
for
don't think we
joining us.
mentioned it on the record, but you told us you were sick and like you hung out the entire time, which is like badass. Homie
Yeah.
of the week.
Yes.
Seriously.
The magic of what it was, I don't know what it was. I think it was like a combination of being hungover and like having like a very questionable deli sandwich.
Oh no.
and a bad allergy day, and also like I like worked till like 11ish last night, like doing like physical labor. So I just felt like I was hit by a truck for like
that just produced
near
the
entirety of
magic
the day.
chemical in
That's
your brain.
brutal.
That's so it's so brutal. But thank you so much.
Oh, no problem. Thank you for having me. This was great. And I am excited to see the results on this. I see which song moves forward.
Yeah. Okay. So before we finish off, I almost forgot. So of course last week we had a little deciding what the best song of last week was, which we decided was by surprise somewhat was the Sundays with their song.
Here's Where the Story Ends.
Here's Where the Story
Play a
Ends.
sample of that, or should we just?
Yeah. I haven't heard of it, so if I could hear.
Oh yeah. I'll play a little snippet of it off Spotify really quick. But that was our winner of last week. So let's hear a little bit of it again briefly. Got 20 million plays. Damn, I didn't realize.
Yeah,
I knew
very Smith's like right from the get go.
Yeah.
God, what a great song. Hard to vote.
It
against.
is a great song.
I'm feeling this.
So I'll let that kind of play in the background a little bit. So while that plays in the background, what is everyone's favorite song this week? I will open the poll and say my favorite this week is pretty easily "Losing My Religion" from R.E.M.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Losing My Religion too.
Can we vote for Here's Where the Story Ends? Is that an option? Or
So that's what we're gonna get to. So we're gonna decide what our favorite
right.
one this week is, and then I'll go up against Here's Where the Story.
Well, my
Ends.
favorite might fucking be Robyn Hitchcock.
So we have two for Losing My Religion, one for Robyn. Grant, what is your favorite of the week?
I mean, it's Kiss Them for me. Undoubtedly, it's Kiss Them for me.
All right. So Donald and Ollie, you guys might be the tiebreakers here. Ollie, what is your favorite song of the week?
I'm actually kind of torn between this, and I've been kind of waffling back and forth. But I feel like it has to be Losing My Religion. I mean, that's been part of my life for so long.
Yeah.
Well, Donald, I think it's decided, but
I mean, I'm definitely voting for. I mean, you could tell how much R.E.M. and that specific song mean to me because I got all super serious for it. But like, I fucking love "Lose My Religion." It's a great song. But I will say, I think "Kiss Them" for me is really close. Honestly, it's a fucking phenomenal song.
Yeah.
I mean, going in, I was ready to argue for "Get the Message" is the second best. I still love that song. I know everyone else isn't really feeling it. I still think it's a great song. "Kiss Them" for me, really just probably among her very best work. I think I agree with you on that. Really great. Sorry it has to get knocked out because
I mean, nothing was going to be.
If it's going to be,
nothing was going to.
If it's going to be knocked out by any song, it should be Losing My Religion.
Exactly. It's like of the same. It's like that kind of like it is that they're equal caliber songs in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like they're both phenomenal. But yeah, it's like I mean, "Losing My Religion." Like I think I have been listening to this song and this band obsessively since I was like 11. When like bringing it back to uncles, my uncle like gave me like an old hard like CDs and hard drives of his, and like including like all the R.E.M. albums basically. And that was like I just had like just to dig through that and like just
That's Uncle Magic.
Yeah.
that's Uncle Magic there, baby.
That's Uncle Magic.
Well, now that it's "Losing My Religion" favorite song of this week, but now it goes up against last week's favorite, which was "Here's Where the Story Ends" from the Sundays, just playing right now in the background. It's a close one because again, I really do like the Sunday song, but I think it's "Losing My Religion." That's of the two. I think "Losing My Religion" that's just a stone cold classic there.
I respect to the Sundays who made a great song that history should not forget. But I mean, it's fucking "Losing My Religion."
Yeah, I think it's going to be unanimous because I have to go with "Losing My Religion."
Me too.
That's me in the corner.
Yeah,
that's me in the spotlight.
I still gotta listen to this Sunday's album because apparently it's very good. I know
it is good.
I'm really enjoying this a lot. This is really good.
Yeah, 10 songs, short and sweet. I'll check that out.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Well, so "Losing My Religion" is our winner of the best of the 90s rock number ones for the time being. Of course, it's gonna go up against a couple heavy hitters next week though. So we will see who wins in the end.
Give it away. I don't remember what next week is.
Spoiler alert.
I feel like you should mash up the winners of each week, but for the matchup, like we should have mashed up these two, "Losing My Religion" and "Here's Where the Story Ends." And I also think some enterprising soul needs to mash up "Give It Away" and "Losing My Religion."
Oh my god. And you say
Not to
enterprise
jump the gun, but like
to some enterprising, to some evil soul. But
what's the difference, really?
I can think of a couple, but we'll get there when that mashup's made.
Yeah. Well, Ollie, also thank you so much for coming on. First time in a little bit. Thank you so much for joining us. Is there anything?
Yes, thank you.
Anything you want to say to the people before we head out?
I do think that More may actually be the most important song on this list in terms of like really capturing what was going on.
Yeah.
It just like really.
I think More's a pretty important experience. I have
agree.
to admit.
Yeah.
There's got to be an extended cut somewhere.
It is the dying breath of goth music in terms of its popularity in the United States.
I hate saying that, but yeah.
And then Grant, thank you so much for joining us again this week.
My pleasure.
Your expertise was very, very important when it came to putting together the playlist for this series. And I'm sure Grant, again, they'll be in the chat. They'll again, Grant McSteamy. I am sure that Grant will be mentioned, and we maybe will need your expertise for future episodes. But thank you so much for joining us for these first two.
It was my pleasure.
Thank you, Grant.
Yes, I apologize to everyone that had to listen to Andrew Eldritch's 8-minute reign of terror.
No,
Never
great.
apologize. Never apologize. Goth will never die.
Yes, I would like to say 3 quick things. 1, follow me on Instagram at MadomicSpookyDrag. 2, subscribe to the Indie Heads Patreon. Please join that Discord. You'll get brainworms. It's amazing.
Yeah, the Discord, like every single day something's going on. Today it was Motley Crue's cover, Smoking in the Boys Room. Just stuff happens every day. You just gotta
can't
be in
forget the new Aaron Lewis hit.
Yeah, the guy from
Oh my
Stained
God,
has
yeah.
a new song
Oh,
about how
God.
America's cool. Check it out.
Yeah.
Join our
And,
Patreon. There's always shit going down.
Yes, please.
I'm gonna have to come back to plug something because I'm gonna lose all my money buying cameos from the guy from Buckcherry.
Oh my God, yes.
I'm gonna get him to sing "Crazy Bitch" in 30-second increments.
Please do.
Well, I think Buckstock 99 will probably be the outro for this.
Yeah, definitely.
It has to be.
Yeah.
But of course, next week. So next week. To announce our guest, so next week is an all Indie Heads podcast affair. We have, I believe, Britt and Josiah joining us, but our special guest making his long-awaited comeback to the Indie Heads podcast, Jeremiah, will be joining us because we're talking about one of his favorite bands.
We're talking U2, baby.
Talking Bono.
You're talking U2 to me, and we have to have
2 people conversing about the band U2.
That's damn right.
Yes,
As the famous podcast goes.
Shouts out.
So we are so excited to have Jeremiah back on, especially for this episode, because it's going to be a fun one, folks. Again, the 90s truly begins next week. But with all that said, hopefully you enjoyed this episode, and we will see you all in 1 week's time. Bye-bye.
One shot, I see some pussy. Come on, did you get it? Come on, fun. Saw your old lady in a porno mag. So honest and little. Yeah, drinking, snorting, fucking. What, Jerry? Take a ride, down it does. Fun, faster. Yeah. It's hotter than a fresh fucked fox in a forest fire. What is it? I don't know. You guys got one? So tonight the first night of fucking, and we're talking about some fucking 10 fucking, you know what I mean? Oh my God, you see that? Those cities. We're cocaine. Yes, I'm all love again. I love that cocaine. Love that cocaine. Want you to sing this shit and chop a line for the beat that man. Are you fucking lying? It's a love song now. You know, we gotta get pussy too now. Na 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 na. Here we go. Change your pace, gotta really do. Yeah, there's some big fucking titties out here. We're called Buck Cherry, and I'm losing my fucking mind.